everyone, I'm Mel and welcome back once again to the channel. Today is the very first episode of the Minimise With Mel series. So the idea behind the series is that you guys can join in and clear out your stuff too. So welcome to those of you who are doing that, but also if you just want to kind of see me go through my stuff and have a little chat, you're also very welcome. We're going to sip tea and chat about stuff, I'm sure, as I go through things. So today we're going to go through the wardrobe, but don't forget, if you want to stick around and see more, we're going to go through, I've got a little vanity table over there, we're going to go through makeup stuff, we're going to go through the rest of the bedroom, we're going to go to the bathroom, we're going to go through books, we're doing it all, and in between we're going to be talking about some other bits and bobs. I'm going to try and upload, I think, on Fridays and Sundays. I'm still playing about with the minute, but at the minute you can expect sort of 2 videos a week. So if you haven't already, if you please hit the subscribe button so that you can check those out. And I think this is kind of a good time of year to kind of get into tidying up and minimizing and getting rid of stuff, because I don't know, post Christmas for me anyway, things just seem to have piled up and there seems to just be more stuff. And this, like, I'm actually dreading opening this to begin with because it is just a mess in here, but you will see the before and then we'll do the after. So I thought we'd start with the wardrobe because I think it's a good one to kind of get you going. So I have a system whenever I go through clothes. I have a to sell pile, I have a to donate pile, and I have a totally like can't be worn, why is it even in my wardrobe pile. So I have 2 bin liners with me. One of these is to donate, one of them is just to go into the bin. But I think what I'll do whenever I'm going through this stuff is kind of keep everything out so you can kind of see how I've done it. So the stuff that I'm going to sell, I normally sell on Depop. I had a really good experience buying and selling there before, so I think I'm going to stick them up there. So by the time this video is up, I will probably have them up in the shop, which you will be able to find below in the little show more section. So if you have a look there and hit the link, if there's anything that you like and you want to see or you want to try or buy, it'll be down there. So I decide between what I keep, what I sell, what I donate, what I throw in the bin. I kind of have a few specific things that I stick to myself. So things that I keep are things that I currently wearing or will definitely wear, and not just, ooh, I think I'll wear that, because it's guaranteed it's probably just going to sit hanging in there. So I kind of try not to keep hold of that stuff. The stuff that I sell will be things that I have had in the wardrobe that still have the labels on. Maybe I wore it once and it is still in perfectly good condition and that it's worthwhile selling. What I will do is I'll put those items on Depop if they don't sell within a certain time period. So that can be maybe 30 days, something like that. Set that yourself. If they haven't sold within that time limit, then they go to the charity shop. That's just the way I go. You have to keep it rotating, otherwise you just keep on the stuff forever. And how I decide what goes to charity is stuff that is decent, but maybe I've had for a while, it's been a little bit worn and I wouldn't really feel right about selling it and getting money for it, but it's still a decent item of clothing, then that will 100% go to the charity shop. And the stuff that I put in the bin will be stuff that is like ridiculously like bally, worn, holes, all that kind of thing. So that's kind of my system for how I go through stuff. So we're gonna go in and have a look at the wardrobe. I'm actually dreading this because honestly it is such a mess at the minute. So here we go. So this is the front of my wardrobe. I try to keep this pretty tidy, so you can see I have my bag hanging here just so it's easy to grab and can get to whenever I'm going out, and I have my dressing gown hanging here too. I try to keep this clear, but sometimes what I'll do is, at the end of the day, if you've been wearing like a sweater or some trousers or something that just aren't ready to be washed yet, what I'll do is like hang them up here so I can get like maybe another day or so out of them, and then they go in the washing machine. So this is kind of like an easy way for me to separate what needs washed and what doesn't. I don't think you're ready for how messy this is, so let's go. I just moved you back a little bit so you can kind of see how crazy messy this is, like even underneath here. Hold on, I'll move you down a little bit. Like, what is happening? Chaos ensuing. So I do kind of have a system, even though it is a little bit of a shambles right now. You'll probably be able to see it a little bit better at the end when everything is cleared out. But my system kind of goes skirts, sportswear, bodysuits, then we move into like croppy tops, which I don't even really wear that often, so those are probably gonna go. T-shirts, long sleeved shirts, we got some jackets and like over shoulder typey jobbies next, and then I move into sort of these longer dressy type bodysuits, dungarees, dresses, and then we kind of have stuff that I don't really wear that I just don't want to get hold of, so some kind of a little bit more sentimental items, and then hoodies and seasonal are at the end. And then I'm gonna move you down and show you the bottom, which is a mess. You can't even see the boxes, which is crazy. So down here I have pajamas. At the back I have like jeans that I fold, and then I've got these 2 like boxes and one of them is for bras, which I know is going to nearly be empty because I've literally been rotating between like 3 at the minute. And then the other box is split between pants and socks, and then at the very front I keep tights. But I definitely think a lot of this is going to go. Now, funny enough, this week I've actually been watching Tidying Up with Marie Kondo on Netflix. Let me know if you've checked it out. I've been absolutely loving it. I agree with some of the stuff she does. I think some of it's a little different, shall we say, and I definitely don't agree with a lot of it, but I already kind of used her method of taking everything out of the wardrobe and then putting it back in before I watched the show, so I definitely agree with that. So what I'm going to do now is take all this stuff out, get it all onto the bed, which is where you're currently sitting, and yeah, and then we'll have an empty wardrobe, we'll have loads of clothes on the bed, and we'll start sifting through everything. So I'm going to get everything out of the wardrobe and onto the bed. So that's this part empty. Now I'm gonna get this bottom part and also put it on the bed. So I finally got there. Wardrobe is literally empty. There's absolutely nothing in there. And I have this massive pile of stuff on the bed, which I'm about to show you, which is ridiculous. And this is the other good point for doing this, because it literally lets you see how ridiculous the amount of stuff you have is. Like, this is a stupid amount of clothes for me, and I know it is, and now I've got the opportunity to go through it, see what I don't need, get rid of it, put it away, clear my space, clear my mind, all those kind of good things. So I'm gonna show you what this ridiculous pile of stuff looks like. So I think the best way of doing this is probably going through each item one by one. The ones that I want to keep can literally just go straight in the wardrobe. We'll start to section that off and you'll see how I do that. Like I said at the beginning, it has separate sections, and I kind of keep everything color coded within that. Before we begin, even though I would definitely classify myself as a type of minimalist, I definitely have like my own little way within that, and I don't really believe in capsule wardrobes. I don't believe in having under a certain amount of items. I don't believe in only wearing neutral tones because I love color. I love wearing colorful items. I think if you're smart about it, they can definitely be versatile. I don't want to be somebody who wears all black or all white or just neutral dull tones. So even I am feeling a little overwhelmed at this point. I had to go and get myself a ginger beer. I freaking love ginger beer. So I'm gonna have a little bit of sip on that, get a little bit of energy. We're gonna go through all this stuff. Okay, so I'm literally gonna start top of the pile, start working my way through some of these stuff. We started off with some sports trousers, which I definitely wear. I don't have a whole lot of these, so I think actually what I'm going to do with trousers and stuff, because I like to have them neatly piled at the bottom, is I'm going to pile these up and have them slightly separate for a little while until I figure out where I'm going to put them in the wardrobe. We got some denim and jeans, which I wear like all the time. Like, these are probably going to get a little too worn soon, but I'm going to keep these. So I'm going to keep on firing through these. So this is the first item I've come across, which I think I'm going to go in the charity pile because they're fine, but there's like a little slight mark on them, but like not enough that I would put them in the bin. But these are actually too big for me now, so it's just a pair of these like work trousers. So this is the first one going in our charity pile, so I'm going to fold that, stick it out the side of the room, and show you guys at the end. Now again, leggings, I just stick with jeans. I stick them on top. There's probably a tidier way of doing this, but this is my system. Don't question my system. So I think the system that I use is probably because I used to work in TK Maxx like many moons ago whenever I was like 19, and everything there is kind of like coded, so there's certain things will go in certain places. There's like a little code on the ticket. Everything was organized that way, and it's actually a pretty good system. So I think I carried that system into the wardrobe, so everything kind of has its place and it's really easy to find everything. It might not seem like that when you go into TK Maxx because there's chaos, but that's normally like, see the amount of clothes that people would just like leave everywhere, and then at the end of the day you'd have to leave those at the side of the reel, and then you have to get them all at the right place. Like, it was just crazy. It's mental. So it might not seem like TK Maxx has a good system whenever you go in, but it's a pretty good system. There's just a whole lot of clothes and a whole lot of people that go in there. So you'll find this whenever you're going through your own clothing. You'll come up with items that are questionable, so like these pinstripe sort of flare trousers that I really like. I think these are in a picture that I had up on Instagram. Now the reason that this is questionable for me is because it's not summer, it's still freezing. I live in Northern Ireland and it is still ice cold this kind of year, and you'd have to be like cray to go out in these kind of clothes because it's just cold constantly, so it's just been jeans and tights basically all season. But something I have to bear in mind is that I am going to be traveling through a lot of European countries this year, so I kind of don't want to get rid of all my summery stuff, because I'm going to need to bring definitely a good mix of stuff for cold weather, stuff for warm weather as I'm traveling. So things like this I will rewear. I will wear this in summer anyway regardless of traveling, so I definitely will be keeping that kind of stuff. So if you have anything that's questionable but you know that you'll wear it around a certain season, maybe set it to one side and think about it, or just keep it. But don't keep it if you're like, oh, maybe I'll wear these in summer. Like, you know yourself if you're going to wear those in summer or not, so make your decision based on that. Whenever I was watching that Marie Kondo show, I thought it was really cool how she like folded stuff up and made it stand on its own so that you can put them in drawers. But I don't have drawers. I don't really feel like I need to buy drawers for the sake of all the stuff that I fold. It's not really that much. But the likes of jammies, stuff like that, I'm just going to fold them up, put them in like this front section, which you'll see at the front of my wardrobe. So these are just going to sit beside my trousers and leggings here, and we'll put them in at the end. So I've kind of moved you again, just maybe so you can get a little bit better idea of what I'm doing here. So this might be a little bit weird angle, and ignore this thing for now. We're going to go through this in next week's video. I know this is a total mess, but I've kind of been leaving this to go through with you guys. So we got the first Depop item, which is going to be this little skirt. It's really nice on, but it is ever so slightly too small for me. So I'm going to stick this up on Depop. If you're interested, again, it'll be linked below. I will iron it out and make sure I get a nice photo of it. And we have our first trash item, ripped jeans that are literally way too ripped. So I've come across my first item, which is going to be hung up straight in the wardrobe. I absolutely love this skirt. It's like a really warm, cozy, nice skirt. It's really nice with a pair of tights and boots over winter, and super adaptable. Like, I've worn this at more formal events with like a really nice plain black top. I've worn this out with my friends with a t-shirt, and yeah, items like that, items that you can use more than once and change up, they're definitely good ones to keep around. And again, we're on to long sleeve tops, which hang in the wardrobe behind short sleeve tops. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. And tank tops, you can't really go wrong with tank tops. I have a couple in black and a couple in white. I wear them sort of underneath things like this kind of baggy jumper. They're really handy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in. Bodysuits I put just before tank tops and after sportswear, so that can go in there. I'll show you this all at the end. We'll go through it all at the end. I'll not keep rattling through it at you at the way I put things. Yeah, I'm finding things that like I've literally never worn. So far this is going pretty well. I've got a good selection of stuff that I definitely want to keep in the wardrobe already. I've got a good selection of stuff in the Depop pile, the charity pile, and the give it away, should never see the light of day pile. So I think you've seen enough of kind of how I'm sorting through stuff. So I'm going to zip through the rest of the stuff, and I'll see you guys after I've done that. So I made it through all of the clothes. I've sorted out everything into separate piles, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you that first before I show you how the wardrobe has turned out. Oh, Peebly's here. Come on. Pebbles just snuck in. I don't think she's been on that channel yet, so I thought I'll bring her up anyway to introduce you. This is Pebbles, or Peebly, or Peeblington, or she goes by many names. She's literally freaking out because the way I'm holding her. This is Peebly. Say hi. I feel like she's very impressed. So first of all, I'm going to show you all the stuff that I've got left, and then we'll reveal what the wardrobe looks like now. This pile here is all crap, needs to go, rubbish stuff. This pile here is for charity. I will fold it a little bit better before I put it into a bag. And then over here we have all the clothes that I'm going to put up on Depop. And over here we have all of the hangers of all the stuff that I got rid of. So it's quite a bit. And over to the wardrobe. This is how we are looking now. Peebly, watch out. So here we go. So bearing in mind this is all of the clothes that I own ever. I don't have any drawers or cupboards. So this is literally all clothing, underwear, pajamas, everything in this one little spot. So right at the front we have my swimsuit, which I want to try and do a little bit more swimming this year because my physiotherapist told me to. And then we have some sports tanks, things like that. Then we move into t-shirts. And I managed to hang these, which weren't I wouldn't be able to hang these before. These are like kind of fitness trouser things that I wear to the gym or classes or whatever. Then we've got skirts. Working our way through bodysuits. Just have a couple of those, not really that many. Then into like tank tops, t-shirts. I kind of color coded this a little bit. So like up here we have like t-shirts, and then we move through to like jumpers, and then we move through to, those are like my little denim dresses and stuff, and then we've got dresses and hoodies right at the very end, and then right very last we have some kind of little sentimental items that I wanted to keep. So I have loads more room, like I can actually spread these out a little bit more, so definitely a big difference. I know it's probably not as minimalist as a lot of people go, but I'm pretty happy with it. This gives me a lot of different options, a lot of different choice, and I am happy with every single one of these items, which is the most important thing. So moving down, this is kind of the pajama area, so I don't have a whole lot, because to be honest I don't normally wear them, but I like to be comfy. And then we have jeans all kind of neatly folded there. Then in this box I managed to fit all my bras. There's a little bit of swimwear at the back, and then because I had so much room, like these, hold on, move this out of the way, these are all kind of like rolled up tights and things like that, so that was really handy. I probably won't keep the lids on these, but it just looks really tidy for now. I like how it looks at the minute. And then in here I managed to fit all my socks towards the back. These are the ones that I wear the most, that I kind of gravitate towards because they're really, really comfy. And then just underwear, stuff like that. Managed to fit the whole thing in this box. And then the only items in front here, if you remember what this looked like before, it was like literally covered in tights. The only items that I kept were my belts from Taekwondo. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for joining me on the first episode of Minimize with Mel. Like I said, this probably isn't like as minimalist as some minimalists would go, but I'm all about keeping the stuff that you enjoy. I wasn't about to just kind of throw out stuff that I still wear, because that would just be stupid. So I've kept stuff that I still wear quite a lot, or certainly will be wearing as the seasons change, so I shouldn't need to get a lot more new items or anything like that, and replace items. And yeah, I got through a load of stuff, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this sort of thing, if you could give this video a big thumbs up, let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button. It really, really helps me out. And if you hit the bell notification beside it too, so it'll let you know whenever I upload, because YouTube is crap at doing that. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to try and get videos up on Fridays and Sundays, so there should be a video up this Sunday coming your way, and then next week we'll be back to minimizing another room. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!